Go ahead, Michael.
Thanks, Karine. Back on the issue of Mexico and the 4 Americans that were kidnapped there, what is the administration's message to Americans who are currently in Mexico or planning to go there? Should they continue with those plans, or is it safe to go to Mexico? What is the administration message to those folks?
So we take it very seriously when it comes to and have a commitment to provide U.S. citizens with clear, timely, and reliable information about every country in the world. So they can make informed travel decisions. As you all know, the State Department is clearly a department that is focused on that and gives that information and do the travel advisory. And so when it comes to the travel advisory for this particular area in Mexico, that remains at level 4. Do not travel due to crime and kidnapping. We've been very clear about that. The State Department, again, has put that out. We urge Americans to read these alerts before traveling, and so we'll leave it there. But again, our commitment to this, we take this seriously to make sure that we do everything that we can so that Americans understand, what is safe and what to look out for as they travel or when they're in a specific country.
Thanks, Karine. Does the situation in Mexico indicate that the U.S. needs to be doing more to tackle Mexican organized crime, and if so, what?
So the president, or I should say, this administration from day one has made sure, as it relates to the safety. I know some folks have asked if we are concerned about these individuals actually crossing the border and coming into the U.S. So, DHS screens and vets every individual encountered at the border. The president has secured record levels of funding for border security and management, including 23,000 border officials, which is a historic amount of border officials to help with the security process at the border. And we have stepped up coordination with government of Mexico to ensure security along our shared border. As you know, the president was recently in Mexico City. He met with AMLO to talk. That was one of the conversations that were had. That was part of the agenda, and so we're going to continue to do those coordination, and we're going to continue to do everything that we can to secure the border.
These individuals were reportedly going across the border to Mexico for medical care. There are a lot of Americans who cross the southern border for medical care or for prescription drugs. What is the advice to those individuals? Should they avoid doing that?
So I'm not going to speak specifically to. I know it's ongoing. I know there's a lot of comments out there as to what these 4 individuals were going to do. So I would say the federal law enforcement has been in touch, has been, leading this investigation, clearly in touch with family members. And so I'm just going to be really careful on commenting why they were crossing the border. Those are private considerations. But again, I just laid out moments ago when Michael was asking me the question about Americans in Mexico or thinking about traveling to Mexico. The State Department puts out these alerts, tries very hard to communicate what's going on, their own safety in certain countries. And I would make sure that if Americans are thinking about traveling to Mexico, that they certainly heed the call from the State Department. This particular area, as I just mentioned, is at level 4, and so folks need to be really careful.